Hey guys, Gamer back with another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you 3 really good strategies on how to play Bedwars in any server. So today I'm going to be teaching you 3 good strategies of how to play Bedwars. Now they work on most Bedwars, not all, and even Treasure Wars from like the Hive or something similar. So the first strategy I would say is just like protecting your base most of the time. So just grab some materials from here. And then just start building up a protective barrier around your base. Doesn't have to be the best at first, but just to get something up around your base would just be, it's just helpful. So now I can get some wood because I have enough gold. And just build up around your base. My favorite pattern is like a pyramid pattern, as you would call it, where I did this wrong. Where it's like this, where it's just slowly going up. This is honestly the most effective pattern because, as you can see, you need to break 2 different blocks to get there from any area, so it's nice and even all the way around. Now this is sometimes a longer strategy, but this is a good strategy. You can pair this strategy with any other strategy by just going and then building off towards the center. So as you can see, I have 24 iron, so I can buy some end stone. And end stone is the best thing besides the obsidian to defend your base with. It requires an iron pickaxe to break efficiently, and those take a little while to get to. But obsidian, only 4 obsidian is 4 emeralds, so that takes a lot of stuff to get there. Let me just grab some more. Now, the more you did this, like the more layers you've done, the more materials you are going to have to slowly get to put on top of it. So just keep that in mind as you're building. And this is a good strategy if you're not good at PvP, because you can just sit at your base and earn resources and just make sure that you're prepared for whenever you are able to go into your battle. Now, these traps are very helpful, but you have to get diamonds, and if you're following this strategy, you probably won't get diamonds till later on, and you'll probably get less of them, so it's good traps for only a couple coins. Not coins, diamonds. So just build up like this. Focus on a little bit more to the middle, so you're just always ready. Now, another good strategy. Now this one's not 100% necessary, but it's helpful. Just build up a block or 2 like this, and just have water running down your base, so it takes longer for people to mine, because it takes longer amount of time for you to mine inside of water. And you can just focus more on building instead, so you don't have to worry about people jumping up on your base. So just make sure your thing is nice and protected, shown here, and make sure there's no previous layers sticking out. Now that's a good strategy right there. Hiya. I don't know why that didn't work, to be fully honest. Now, I'm not the best at PvP. I don't know about you guys, but I am not amazing at PvP or anything. So, I'm not a good person to have to get into fights. So that's what happens if you're not fully prepared when people start coming. Because I was not fully prepared for anyone to start coming. So, I was still building. Now, it's a great base design, but you just have to pay attention to what they're doing. See, like, this is a pretty good base. He knows the weakness. The guy who attacked me, he knows the weakness. The only weakness to that is TNT, because you can just blow up everything. But if you do like I should have done, and just covered it with water or the blast-proof glass, depends on how many resources you have, it is much easier to... It's much easier to defend it, because you don't have to worry about TNT too much. Now I'm going to go into another game and show you guys a different strategy. Okay, so the second strategy is a more offensive strategy, to where you can build over to an enemy's base and destroy their bed before, one, they get any protection over it, or two, before they get a lot of protection over it. This works the best with TNT, but like I will show you. This works the best with TNT, but you don't have to use TNT. You can just go down and break it. You just have to be really quick and or have water so you can get your... Okay, so this strategy involves you having to get at least 4 iron. I do not know why this is producing so fast. So just get a lot of wool. And you need 4 gold, so make sure you have that. Get a piece of TNT, because this strategy works best with TNT. Just give your bed some basic protection, nothing very specific. Here, I'm going to show you this strategy on this man over here. So this works best if you're a fast builder, because you're going to have to get out of whatever situation you've gotten into really quickly. I recommend doing the scissor building strategy like I'm doing right here, where you can just look down at the corner of the block and just keep placing to get over. The only downside about this strategy is your bed can get destroyed much easier. And that may seem like a problem, but honestly, I say it's pretty okay, considering that see, you're gonna be over at someone else's base for most of the time, and you just have to pay attention to what you're doing. If you're doing my strategy, always check. This is my most used strategy. It works the best in Hive, where you have auto bridges that can just automatically build over. So you're just gonna have to pay attention to both directions you're walking. Red. see, this is when I recommend using that build strategy when you're probably going to get targeted by someone, like you saw earlier in the game. And that is another thing you can use TNT for, actually, is if someone comes up on you and you're not ready to attack, you just throw down a piece of TNT and see if you can fling them away from your base. Or if you're not at your base, fling them away from your current location. Now, I would recommend, again, not necessary, I would recommend getting the flame charges. So you go into utility and get the fireball. Very useful item. You can shoot it at someone and it 90% of the time it'll knock them off. If it doesn't knock them off, it'll set them on fire. And you can throw it at bases to destroy them. Now, this strategy works great for early game. But for later in the game, like I'm at right now, this is not the best strategy. So I'm going to show you guys a different strategy for when if you follow this strategy to get later in the game, and that is collect a lot of resources. Because as you can see, my base was destroyed, so I have no revives no matter if we're in the deathmatch or not. So just get over to like a diamond spawner or something that no one has been to. And then just grab some diamonds. And just go back to your base and focus on getting upgrades. Because the upgrades, again, are extremely helpful. So you go to the other one, the upgrades one, the one that says upgrades above it. I would recommend probably upping your iron forge, and since that costs 2, you can either buy a trap, or I would get the health pool, buy a trap, and get the dragon buff as soon as possible. So I would focus on those two. And also try to make sure you organize your inventory, so if you do get into a fight, like I most likely will later in the game, you can actually survive the fight. And then if possible, I just recommend getting sharpened swords if you want to. You can also get the defense buff if you choose as well, but I recommend only do that if you have good armor, the permanent armor. Like I was able to purchase the permanent iron armor. That's only in your pants, but it's still better than nothing. And I would recommend, is Pink still here? Yeah, I would recommend just buy like health upgrades as well. If you're gonna pull something like I'm trying to pull here, just be sneaky about it. And try not to walk backwards, because they can attack you from behind. If you know someone's there, if you're walking like this and you're just walking to a place and you happen to get hit from behind, that's not your fault. Now, key thing. If you're going to follow this strategy, which is to stay and protect your base, plus you have like a heal buff at your base, I recommend getting those deathmatch dragons. So you can just, when the deathmatch does come around, you'll be a little bit more powerful than the guy next to you. Now, I'm going to show you guys how the best way is to sneak over to a base. So get about right here and then start crouching. So, because you can see that the enemy's name tag right there. So just walk over here very carefully and watch whoever's base this is. Drop a piece of TNT on it. And then just run. Just run. I do not know how this person's base has not been destroyed yet, because I've fire charged it and I've TNT'd it. So I'm just gonna grab a Dream Defender. Those are very helpful mobs. Just plop it down right there. Now, just collect resources and make sure you have everything. So when you have to start fighting, you're prepared to fight. Again, buy the fireballs. Very helpful. Buy as many as possible. Buy a bow. And just watch your own back, because you often don't get, like, very lucky in these games. If your RNG is good, then I say it's okay, but I'm gonna just show you the third strategy I will show in this video right now, because it's more of a later game strategy. So what you want to do is you want to collect some resources and just buy the most of a resource you can. I can buy like the most wool, because wool is easy to get. And just build a wall around your base. I know that's kind of a little bit of a meme, but just wall around your base so it's a little bit harder, just that slight bit harder for enemies to come to you. Plus you have that one extra second of like, oh, there's an enemy at my base, I have to start attacking. Yeah. See, Pink's bed was destroyed. Now Pink's been eliminated. I think I'm next. And see, just build something around your base. If there's a bridge, I say fortify the defenses around that bridge, so that you're prepared if they want to come from... Wow, that was a great shot. From a previously made bridge. Okay, so I might have to use a stronger material for this. If you can, buy some of the blast-proof glass, because that's blast-proof. Because they're probably going to use TNT to try to break down the wall. Again, this is where the Dream Defender is very helpful. So, plant them the latest in the game possible. And then just take the glass, then just build up like this. So the bridge is defended from explosives like the fire charge. Just build it out of the strongest materials you can. And if they shoot it directly at you like that, there's not much you can do. I'm having some minor lag with the explosions, so it shouldn't explode that much for you guys. Just keep buying the fire charges, and always try to watch the person. I don't think he knows. Now, this is a good part about this strategy. I don't think he knows I have healing at my base. So every time he damages me and I'm standing at my base, I almost instantly regain all the health I've lost. So, again, great part about that strategy. If you choose, when there's like only 2 people like this, just go to the middle and grab some emeralds. I'm not that chancy. I do not have very good luck when it comes to people. So I'm just gonna buy a load of TNT and just get ready for an attack. Let me upgrade some stuff actually. Reinforced. Sharpness. And I guess I don't even have a pickaxe, but I just recommend get the level 1 of every enchant you can, because that's just a helpful thing to hold on to. So if you do buy a pickaxe because they're building a base over to you, very helpful. Now, well, I would also recommend buy some gold apples. I have not done that yet, but I recommend buy some gold apples. So if you do venture away from your base, you're just prepared for combat. And organize your inventory like this: melee, ranged, explosive, healing, and blocks. If you're a good builder, I recommend putting your blocks closer to your melee weapon. And if you're more of a ranged person, I would just put your ranged weapons first. I would swap your ranged for the ranged for the melee weapon. And I say melee weapon instead of just sword or something like that because you can use an axe. Axes are stronger. Well, they're not, okay, they're not necessarily stronger, but there's no swing fatigue on axes. So they just happen to be slightly better. I got a lot of iron, so I'm just gonna buy a lot of this blast-proof glass and endstone after this. So I'm gonna surround my base with it, so I'm prepared for an attack. Or what you can do is, you see this staircase right here? This leads up to like a little place above your base. And again, if you're a quick builder and you can get like this area fortified really quickly, then I just recommend just make a build around it and just like build along these stairs right here. Then just lead them up here. If they attack you, just lead them up here. And then just lock them out. I don't know where the other person is, the yellow is. I'm not really focused on them right now because they haven't attacked me frequently or anything like that. So I'm just gonna not worry about them. I'm just gonna keep building up my base. Now, you can only build 3 blocks up here, I just figured out, because there is a build limit, and that would make sense. But that means if you built to the build limit, they cannot build over your wall unless they're using ladders. And what you can do for ladders is you can just take some wool or something. And this may seem like overkill, and it might be, but you never know with the enemies. So just make a little bit of an overhang like this. Not like that. Like this. And that means they can't build any ladders. Or at least it'll take them longer to do ladders, and you could probably start a counterattack by the time their building blocks are out. Now, something to pay attention to in these last couple minutes. Stand away from the edges to make sure you do not fall off. Falling off would be a tragic way to end a really good run. So I'm just going to pop some diamonds. might actually try building to the emerald spawner only because I do not know where the enemy person is. Actually, gonna go check something real quick. Blocks, melee, armor tools, utility. So the pop-up tower, that might be helpful. Okay, so this is what I've been looking for, the bridge egg. That makes an auto bridger. Except it is unlimited, like an auto bridger from the Hive Treasure Wars. Except it is unlimited. I'm pretty sure. So I recommend getting that if you can spare the emeralds. So I'm just gonna build over to the emerald. Okay, just enough materials. That means it's about 20 blocks to get from your base to... Oh, shoot. I'm being attacked. Oh, okay, he's attacking from up here. See, this is why you want to pay attention. No, shoot, oh, shoot, oh, shoot, oh, shoot. I don't know what's mine, TNT. What's his? So, this is when you would eat a golden apple. Ah. See, again, I'm not the best at PvP, so... this strategy might work better for you, but it does not work great for me. If you're good at PvP, I recommend follow a strategy, the strategy where you build over to an enemy's base and then attack them. Because that is more of an active strategy, but I am not good at PvP, and I'm probably better at defending a spot and building. So it's your preference. Thanks for watching, guys, and please leave a like and subscribe. And I hope you have a great day.